Hello, Seven Red parents. My name is Kim Mittermeier. I am your student's math teacher this year at Shawnee Heights Middle School. This is a first for us, doing a virtual parent night, but I'm going to do my best to try to cover as much information as I can. I know we've all been on this super steep learning curve that we call hybrid learning, and I want to first thank you for your patience and your grace as you have done a lot of work with your students, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So, but anyway, so we're going to go through this video here, and I've got a little slideshow, and I'm going to try to keep track of everything that I need to talk to you about by putting it on my little PowerPoint show here. Okay, first thing, math in the modern classroom setting. Modern Classroom Project is a new, they call it a flipped classroom that we have started working on this summer. I've been actually working on building this since May. And all of the teaching takes place via videos that I made of me teaching all of the lessons. And the kids will be taking guided notes as they go. All units are self-paced within the unit. Okay, self-paced within the unit, not self-paced through the year, but self-paced within the unit. When we start the unit, we have the end in mind, and we know the date that we plan to end it. So that's made clear at the very beginning, okay? All lessons in our math classes are sequential, one right after the other. They can't skip around and do, oh, I remember how to do that, so I'm going to skip over and do this. They can't do that. It goes in order. Okay, on average, it's one lesson per day to stay on pace. Every lesson has a teaching video and guided notes. That's what I was telling you before. Every lesson has a practice with it. Might be a short practice if it's a quick review, but a longer practice if it is a new skill that they're learning, okay? Pacing guides. I started emailing out to parents and students the weekly pacing guide to kind of help focus their attention on a day by day. They also have a unit pacing guide. This shows how they should be progressing across the entire unit that could last 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Whereas the weekly pacing guide helps you focus and keep them on pace on a day by day basis, okay? And that gets emailed out to you every week, okay? Okay, step by step, that's how each of these units goes. That's how it is designed. Each lesson builds on the previous lesson. All students start on lesson 1 on the first day of the unit or the module, okay? Once the student completes the video and the guided notes are written to follow the video word for word. The rule of thumb with notes, with those guided notes, is if I am writing it down in the video or it's appearing in the video, it has to be written in their notes. So everything that's there goes into the notes. And of course, I know what's supposed to be there, so that's why I grade them meticulously, okay? Once the video and guided notes are complete, they move on to the practice, okay? On the Canvas page, it tells them exactly what the practice is. There's even an electronic link to the practice there. Guided notes and practice are submitted in Canvas, and their learning continues. As soon as they submit, they go on to the next lesson, okay? So it's inch by inch, mile by mile. Now, the one thing that we have is prerequisites in math. They cannot take a mastery check until they have scored 100% on their guided notes and practice. That's one of the most important pieces. They have to score 100% on that before they can take the mastery quizzes. So when a student emails me and says, I need the code for the mastery quiz, the first thing I ask them is check your grades. Because when I grade, if they receive anything less than 100%, I make a comment in Canvas as to what might have been missing, like your practice page is missing or your notes are incomplete, okay? Now, so once they've got their 100% before the mastery test, then I do email out a code. okay? Once they've got that code, they have to score at least an 80% on their mastery check to be able to continue forward in the unit progression. If they don't score at least an 80%, then we will have to do a little more review and we can recheck that skill, but not until, like I said, we can't move forward until they have scored at least 80% on their mastery checks, okay? Hopefully this is making a little more sense to you now. Okay, so this is kind of what one of their units looks like in Canvas. When they log in, this is lesson 1, multiplying fractions, 6th grade review. It even says, click here for video, guided notes, and assignment. I tried to make that as clear as possible. Once they open up the page, it tells them the name of the lesson again. Their learning intentions and success criteria is listed there. There's the teaching video, okay? And here's the link to the guided notes right there. So they could do the guided notes electronically, or they can do them on paper. I'm the old-fashioned paper pencil kind of person, so I like paper and pencil there, okay? And then they click on the video. And once they finish the video and the guided notes, then they go on to the practice. Right below the video, it says, here's your practice, moving words worksheet. There's an electronic link to that as well, and they have the paper copies. Be sure to show all work on a separate paper for full credit. So there's an idea of what it looks like inside their modules, okay? Now, I will be entering grades. These grades will transfer from Canvas to PowerSchool overnight. So if you don't see them sync up immediately, that's because the process takes place overnight. Now, for the first unit, I was physically moving them over into PowerSchool. Now with our new unit that's going to be starting this next week, they will be synced up and moved electronically. Okay, I think that's about all I needed to cover for math. Any questions, please email or send that information and I will answer those questions directly. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Ryan Schmidt. I've taught at Shawnee Heights for 27 years. In addition to that, I also went to school here many years ago also. But I'm teaching geography, and after Christmas I'll teach Kansas history, which I'm excited about. So far things have gotten off to a great start. Students have figured out how the class is operating. If you have any questions about it, be sure to email me directly. But basically, we have modules 1 a week, and all the work is due on Sunday at midnight. And I encourage them not to stay up until midnight to finish it. But they've been doing a great job slowly figuring out how to turn things in on time. As far as workload, and pacing, they have 5 things or so, 5 or 6 things maybe, that need to be complete by Sunday. So they can usually choose which order they do those assignments in, and so far it seems that that's working pretty good. So anyway, if you have any questions about anything, be sure to email me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks very much for a great start to the year.
Hi, this is Ms. Neverve. Along with Mrs. Wire and Mrs. Perez, we are your special services support team for 7 Red. We are in building or remotely. The 3 of us work with your students. We assist with core classes, study skills, and Zoom rooms every day. Ms. Wire and Ms. Perez are in building. Ms. Neverve, that's me, I'm at home remotely assisting students through Zoom rooms. Again, we have those every day. We have assistance in the core classes in building. We have a class called Study Skills, and that is by pre-arrangement. We will work with your kiddos on assignments, accessibility, their questions, technology. We'll work one-to-one, we'll work small group. We look forward to working with your kids. Your students are great, and we enjoy them.
Hi parents, this is Carolyn Kintzel. I'm the ELA teacher on 7 Red, and I've been with Shawnee Heights Middle School for 3 years now. This is my 3rd year teaching ELA, and I have been enjoying your students so far. They are a great group of kids, and looking forward to a really really good 2020-2021 school year. I also have with me this year a student teacher. Her name is Brooklyn Penrod, and I will let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Brooklyn Penrod. I'm currently student teaching, and I'll be student teaching until the end of December. I currently go to Washburn University, so I've had a fun time learning with your students. Today we'll just be kind of addressing some questions that we've gotten from parents and students. And the first one is about Zoom. How does my kid know how to get on Zoom? Where can they find the Zoom? What time is Zoom? So if your child goes to Canvas and clicks on their advisor app, all of their advisors have the link on their page, and it says the time. You can either click on the link, or your advisor will have the login ID and the login password. And Zooms are every day that your kid's not in the building at 10:25. Another question we've gotten is, how do you know what your kid is supposed to be doing every day? And for English, we have on Canvas under our English page, there's an announcement tab on the side, and each week, Monday at 7, there's a new announcement posted, and it will give your child a list of assignments and things that they have to do that week, and links them right to the modules they're supposed to do, and also has their due dates on it.
Okay, the next question we have often is, how do I know if my child is on track or behind? So what you can do is look in announcements. Again, this is put out every week, and it will tell you what your child should have done and by what date. It comes out again, like Brooklyn said, at 7 o'clock in the morning. Then, if you are not sure whether your child has completed that assignment or not, they could open it up for you, or you could look in the grades tab in Canvas, and that will tell you whether your child has a grade for that assignment that you're wondering about. For most assignments, if your student gets a grade of 7 or below, I will let them redo, because I'm looking for learning, and so if they haven't mastered it, I would like them to try again, maybe look over their notes some more, and then they can retake the quiz for a better grade. Finally, the last question is, how can my child get help or extra help in ELA? Well, first of all, we'd like them to ask in class, so encourage your child to be an advocate for themselves, and let us know if they're stuck or they need help while they're at school. That's the best and most effective way to get help from a teacher. The second way is to email us. We try to respond within 24 hours and answer as best we can. Make sure in their emails they're giving us enough information to be able to answer their question correctly, because sometimes they'll say, I can't get into that, and we don't know what it is that they can't get into. So have them be specific in their writing. And then the final way, which is another good way besides asking in class, is to come to our office hours, and they are from 2 to 3 every Wednesday that we're not in school. The first step to getting into our office hours is to go to announcements in Canvas on the English course. Then step 2, click on office hours. Step 3, click on the Zoom link. And finally, wait patiently to be admitted, and we will admit you. I hope these have answered a lot of your questions. You can always email us if you have any other questions. We would be happy to answer you. We've enjoyed your students so far and look forward to a great school year.
Hi, my name is Drew Bradshaw, and I'm the 7 Red Science teacher. This is my 4th academic year at Shawnee Heights Middle School. This is the picture that you would click on to get into the Canvas module for science. In the science module, you'll be able to track your students' progress by seeing how many assignments they have completed, and you can also check and see what comments I made on their work. You can always resubmit previous assignments for more points to improve grades if needed. Also, please know that the grades in here are going to be more current most of the time than in PowerSchool because I enter my grades in Canvas and PowerSchool only syncs once a day. If your son or daughter is in my advisor, they would click on the advisor course and do a Zoom call once a day. They'll see this blue banner at the top of the page, and they'll click that between 10:25 a.m. and 10:35 a.m. It's a professional courtesy to me for them to send me an email if they cannot make the Zoom call, but you as the parent need to call the school office to adjust their attendance. I cannot do that. I just report who shows up on the Zoom as required of me by the state. If you have any difficulty navigating Canvas or using any of the school apps on the iPad, please check out this technology help course. You will find useful videos and helps there. Once again, my name is Drew Bradshaw, and I look forward to partnering in your child's education.